there, it's Linda from Lányos Handmade, and today we're going to have a quick little video on some sewing tools that I really like. And I'm probably going to end up talking twice as fast because I think my husband's going out to mow the lawn. So recently I got in the mail, I purchased, and the good thing is it's so small it can come by like a regular letter mail charge, so there's not much shipping involved there. But what I got was a zipper jig, and I haven't used these before, and I'm really happy I got this one because it's really easy to use. You just put the zipper, well, make it stand up and put the zipper pull on here backwards, and you put the zipper part of it on one side and the pull part of it on the other side, so it sort of just sits on the center post. And you just slide the zipper on, and it was really easy to do. So I'll show you how I use that. And the other thing I got from the same company was these seam jumpers. And she has a couple of sizes here too. So if you just have a little bit to jump or a big bit to jump, here's your options for you. And I really enjoyed using this too. The last thing I have to show you is a screw punch. This is a no-name brand, so it just says screw punch on it. Some of them are Japanese screw punches, and they're probably more expensive than this one that I bought. And I'll show you how to use it. And I've got really weak wrists, so I really am not a fan of this pressing because I can usually only do this once or twice, and then my wrist gives out. And this one here is a mini punch set. It says Tandy leather on it, but I bought it from Emmeline's, and it works really well too. But the only problem with this one is that you have to hammer it, and that makes noise all the time. So you have to hammer it to get it to punch in. So I'll show you how to use this too. But so far this is still my favorite. And I guess because the motion to stick it in, I can put my whole body, my whole arm into it, and it does it quite easily. And it's none of this gripping like that or hammering noise. So I am quite fond of this one. I do not have a tabletop punch because it's hundreds of dollars, and I don't think I use it enough to justify that. I make bags because of patterns. I don't make bags for production and sale. So my thing is I really like making sewing patterns. So I make the bags as a result of that. So I won't have hundreds and hundreds of rivets that I have to stick in usually. So I guess we can get started with our little demonstration. Okay, I've got my little foldable zipper jig here, cute little thing. And it goes flat, so I can stick it back in the envelope and keep it nice and safe too. So let's make it stand up, and let's put on our zipper pull. This is just like a second set of hands, except it's a third set of hands. Should I cut that off? Big hairy mess. We shall see. Maybe it's in the way, maybe it's not. I'm going to try and get them even, because usually when I have it, I'm 1 or 2 teeth out. Oh my gosh, look at that. I am not 1 or 2 teeth out, because I usually am. It's on. First time. Lovely. So that's how you use it. Okay, hopefully we won't have too much jiggling here when I'm sewing. This is, every machine I have had has had a foot like this. And this is supposed to be Genomi's version, and a lot of other machines have it too, is their version of a seam jumper or hump jumper or whatever you want to call it. When you're sewing and it starts getting too angled, you push this in as you sew, and then it flattens the foot out so it goes evenly across. Now mine keeps popping out, so I have to hold it all the time when I go over something. So I'm going to try it with, I'll try and keep my hand out of the way. I'm going to try it with the button and see how this big wad goes through. So So I push the button in. And I'd be curious myself to see if now it's flat. So I didn't see it coming up, but I did see it going down, that it stayed flat. I'm just going to trim these threads off so you can not have so many threads in your face when you're trying to watch. So that's how that foot is supposed to work. But, you know, sometimes when you're holding on to everything, it's kind of awkward to be pushing that foot in all the time. And I just felt it click again. So sometimes I wonder whether it's coming in or coming out or what it's doing, because it kind of clicks sometimes. So the other alternative is to have one of these. And let's see, she's got a few sizes with this one. I'm going to try this size. I'm not going to push the button this time, but I am going to put this. Do I want the fat one? Yeah, I want the fat one. Put this underneath here when I sew to try and keep it level. And then when you see it starting to fall, you're going to put it in this side to keep it level. And that had pretty much a lovely stitch, just like the other two with the machine. Except I didn't have to worry about that clicking, because it doesn't stay unless I hold it in. So let's just stick this here and try this again. So you be the judge. I didn't skip any stitches with any of those, but I had to hold the button in the whole time. And there was this clicking noise which made me doubt. There, it takes a while. Like now it's in. But it's not until I hear the click that it is actually in. And if I let go, it comes out again. But if you don't have this, you know you can use this. You just have to, well, with mine, I have to hold it all the time. And it's not until it clicks that I know that it's actually keeping it level. With this one, of course, it's always keeping it level because it sits on here, level. And it sits on the other side, level too. If I can just hold it there. And she also has a couple of sizes here too that you can use. So the next thing I'm going to share is this called Japanese screw hole punch. This one looks like a no-name brand. It just says screw punch on it. And of course, you just unscrew it, pull this out, change the heads to whatever you want them to be, and then screw it back on. They gave me 6 sizes of heads here. And I just wonder how many I have on this thing. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's 6 on here too. I notice the numbers are different though. This one starts at 1, 5, which is really tiny. And 2, 5, 3, 3, 5, 4. This doesn't have 4, 5, the biggest one. This has 4 or 5. Otherwise, they're the same. This gives you a real tiny one, and this gives you a real big one. So, I had the one that came with the screw hole punch was on there so good that I had to pry it off by sticking this in here because I couldn't get it off. But there's the other ones you can try and put on too. And there's little holes flying out all over the place. So to use this one, I have a problem gripping things. So if I was going to do this one, I mean, I can do it, but if I have a whole bunch to do, I have to do two-hand, and I really can't, you know, grip it hard enough to make a hole. So far, I am liking, this might be good, I don't know. I mean, you know, if it's really sharp and you really have a lot to push through, and you can, but I can't do it. So this is actually pretty easy for me. So with this one, I just basically measure out where I want my, you know, rivets to go. Of course, I actually measure them, not just scribble them on there. And there, I've got 4 new holes. Just curious how many layers this can go through. So that was good with 1 layer. That was good with 2 layers. I just have to press harder. Got anything stuck in there now? Lots stuck in there. Sorry for shaking the table. Oh, the last one, it didn't go. It left a mark though, so I could poke it through. That might just be me too, because I'm not the best at pressing these things. So that's how this works. It's pretty handy. I think I'm going to keep both of them around till I'm certain which one I actually like. This is like popping those packing bubbles. I could probably do this all day. So I'm still not sure which I like better. Although this one tires me out more than the other one does. Yeah, I can put my weight into this one. And it went through 2 layers like the press. And here's another method of putting in the holes for your rivets and things. This mini punch set, it has Tandy Leather written on it, but I actually bought it from Emmeline's. And I mean, it's easy to use. This one is a screw-on. You screw these things actually onto it, and you place it where you want it, and you hit it. Now, that's the whole thing I'm trying to avoid, is squeezing with my wrist and banging on things, because it's loud. but this does work too. So I still do prefer my screw hole punch. I mean, that sticks a hole in it really well, and it doesn't make any noise. So it's pretty easy. I tried, this slides on, and then this screws on to save it. Some of them, when you unscrew it, you can pull this out, but this one's pretty tight. The sizing for these attachments is the same as this, and this holds it on. If you loosen it, you can't pull this off like some of them do. Some of them fall off as soon as you loosen it. So this is pretty secure, and I certainly like that kind of motion better than the squeezing motion on the presses, and even the pushing down. Just with my whole body, my shoulder, it works a lot better for me. This one, you screw these onto this fitting so it doesn't fit this one. So they're not interchangeable. And it's a big bang. And of course, we've got this one, which I don't have the strength to use half the time. I could do one with it, but I certainly couldn't do a lot. So what do you think? Which one do you like the best? If you're one of those people that have the tabletop ones, you're probably not even in this conversation. But which do you like best? These are all affordable options. Do you like the hammer? Do you like the squeeze or do you like the push? I think I'm a fan of the pushing. Now, when it comes to the zipper jigs, which do you like best? Do you like doing them by hand? Do you like doing them with a proper zipper jig? Do you like, some people have made slabs of wood with forks on them. Some people have metal ones they can attach to their table. Let me know which one you like. Leave it in the comments, you know, mention it in the group. Same with the screw hole punches and stuff. How do you like to punch your holes in your materials? So thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed yourself, and I'll see you next time.